Hey, 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 welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. Listen to my replay viewers. I appreciate you being here. Go ahead and put a one in the comments if you're here for the first time. If not, go ahead, share the broadcast. I know it's a little late, but that's okay because it's still early on the West Coast, relatively speaking. But nonetheless, and it's early in other places. So it's morning somewhere. So good morning, good afternoon, or good evening whenever you're tuning in. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for joining me. I am super excited to be here again. And I promise, I won't be on long. But I just, again, wanted to just hop in for a second. I've been talking about what he really wants. So let's talk about it for a second. And let me know your thoughts in the comments, definitely. So, again, welcome and thank you so much. Share the broadcast if you have not already done so. I would definitely appreciate that. Hello to YouTube. I know it's been a minute, so Happy New Year and all that good stuff. Since we've been on YouTube, I'm super excited. And those that are on my business page, hey, 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 welcome, welcome. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'm just super excited. The year is off to a phenomenal start, and wow, I feel like I'm just in awe. There's so much more to come. Woo, I think I'll get a nap in 2023. But anyway, I appreciate you being here. So again, welcome and thank you so much for being here. For those who do not know me and those who are here for the first time, I'm Tisha Marie Johnson. I'm a speaker, I'm an author, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm super excited to be joining you here and glad that you're here on my page. So say hello. Hey, I like, the platform has background music. What y'all feeling about that? I was like, so they gotta have some kind of mellow, because usually I love to come on with music, but sometimes the platforms get a little funky and want to mute your video and all of that. But this is music that is free domain. Hello. Anywho, super excited to be here. So, I've been talking about and unfortunately didn't get a chance to do it in 2021. What he really wants. We were going to do the second part of that because I know a whole lot of ladies that want to be in relationships, but they really don't know what men want. They think they do. And ladies, that's the problem. We got to stop thinking we know what they really want when we don't. So I created this summit, relationship summit, to have some incredible men come on, talk about their experience, talk about what men really do want out of a relationship. Because, I think we suffer when we are not in good communication and when we assume what the other one is thinking or feeling. You got to have open, honest communication. Otherwise, it's not going to work. So, I just wanted to help the ladies understand that there's more. And just because you've been in one relationship already or whatever, there's always room for improvement. There's always room to grow. There's always room to mature. And so we got to do just that, especially if we want successful relationships. We want lasting relationships. I was a guest tonight on Stephanie Smith's podcast. And, we had a great conversation about the role of women and how we interact with men. And you don't want to be that woman who he don't want to come home. He does everything to stay out as long as he can so that when he comes home, all he has to do is eat and pass out. What kind of life is that? But that's because there's something that has not been communicated. Or, if a man feels like he's not respected, then he really is going to check out. Now, there is a way, and ladies, I'd say we have to really understand how to work our feminine power, because there's a way to get what you want. There's a way to be heard. Um, for a woman myself who for years didn't really express myself because I had unresolved issues that I was dealing with and kept a whole lot in, now in my life. So see, you can go to the far end because I have someone in my life that's like, yeah, yeah. And I'm like, I just want to make sure you understood. I want to be clear. Now, this is not a relationship, this is a friendship. But I'm just saying, if this is indicative of, okay, did I really go too far? Or I don't know. Nonetheless, I think it really does bear having conversations with men, not assuming what he wants, just like you don't want him to assume what you want. And so the deal is, ladies, we have to love him according to his love language, not the love language that we want him to love us in. So if you're not the gifts kind of person and he continues to bring you gifts, while you might appreciate it, it really, if it's not your love language, if it's the last on the list, then you're gonna sit there and still be in need and want from him because he hasn't tapped into your love language. Well, the flip is also, it applies that you've got to love him according to his love language. And guess what? You're not going to be able to guess it. You're not going to be able to. I mean, you can try to figure it out, but what better way than to like have the open, honest conversations? And so, I think that's what we avoid. I think we are afraid to be truthful with one another. But how then do you have a successful relationship? Hey, Nicolette, thanks for joining. How do you have a successful relationship and you don't effectively communicate? Not possible. You have to be able to communicate. And I can speak for myself in previous relationships that I've had. I always wanted to be heard, but the thing inside that kept me from being like honest fully was that I did not want that to run the person away. And so, at this point in my life, I'm like, okay, I can't sacrifice some of the main stuff that I really need in relationship because I'm trying to tiptoe around who they are. I think we both can be who we were created to be and have this open level of communication with one another. And it really is okay. I think that, we have to start off early, having what I say are the hard conversations in some cases, being honest. Because look, I think you can say anything to a person. It just depends on how you say it. What's the tone? What is the intent behind it? Are you saying something to crush somebody or are you saying something to them in love? Here's what I know about love for real is that when you come to somebody in love and you say it with the most purest heart, that when you do that in love, it cannot be deniable. I think they might not admit it, but if your true and pure intention is from a place of love, then I think it's received. But again, you're not gonna know until you have that kind of conversation. So how early? What? I don't understand your question, Nicolette, because it's a little bit of a lag. So how early to have those kinds of conversations? I think you have them early. I really do. I mean, it really depends on what the intent behind the relationship is. Like, am I dating this person because I'm ready to be in a committed relationship? Or am I just dating this person just to have some companionship? I think there's a difference, and you have to figure out where it is that you really are. How early? So I think early. Now, do you go into deep, deep things? I think again, it depends on where you think the relationship is going. And You don't know that up front. You don't know that immediately. Now, I'm told, but I have conversations with men. Some of them say they know when they meet their wife to be, when they meet the woman that is going to be their wife, that they know. Now, I have other brothers that are like, I don't know, and maybe because they haven't met her yet. So, but if a man knows right away, I think he's going to state his intention, or at least let you know what direction he's going, or either he's going to let you know that he isn't going in that direction. We have to listen. Ladies have to listen to what they're really saying, because if you listen to a man, he's going to tell you. He's going to tell you. But are you listening? Or are you listening to what you want to hear? Are you listening? And there are some men that are listening to hear what it is that you want to hear, so that they say what it is that you want to hear, even though their intent is something else. So it's complicated. Or it can be. But are you willing to do the work? Are you willing to be open about getting to know somebody? For me, I think that's been like the hardest thing. I remember saying, I don't want to get to know anybody all over again. Why can't it just be somebody I already know? Well, how's that work for you, ma'am? So, you have to remove what's the reason behind feeling that way. Well, I know for me, it was really still having issues with trust. Like, my trust has been betrayed. When you're in a relationship with somebody and then you tell them the things that you've gone through, and they turn around and do that to you, that can leave you kind of feeling some kind of way. And so consequently, if that is what happens, sometimes it's hard to be able to open up, but you can't stop trying. You got to go back. And if for instance, trust is a thing, then you got to go back and clear that up within yourself. You have to do the work necessary, do the healing, figure out where that's coming from and why that is, and why you react that way. And then figure out what you need to do so that is not the situation. So, there's work to do. We talked tonight about ladies having to do their work in order to be chosen by the one. I do believe that, and I don't know, it's just something that I'm sensing based on some other things that I've read or know about relationships that last. The more you do the work on you, and it's just a matter of time when you're focused on you and your purpose, and you don't have anybody pulling you away from the purpose and what you've been designed to do in the earth. So it still stems back to, and I saw this, I didn't say it earlier, but I do. What comes before do is all about me. Who is it that I have to be in order to say I do? Who is it that I have to be in and of myself, independent of the relationship, to really be my most authentic self in that relationship? And so I think that's something that, again, it doesn't happen overnight. You have to do the work. And when you have the opportunity to be single or unmarried, to spend time alone, that's the time that you do that work. You don't get in relationship, like, I'm gonna figure it out along the way. No, you should be doing the level of work. Now, I do believe that when two people come together, there are things that we work out in each other. I truly do believe that. Ways that we help each other improve and all of that. But I think that's when you get to your divine partnership. And so that starts with you doing the work on you. So as you're doing the work on you, I want you to understand, because you might have this warped idea about what men want. You might have this idea that they are this way, and that could be the thing that has prevented you from being in a successful relationship. And so we're going to have these conversations. We're going to do it on Fiery Friday. Now, I don't know that we're going to do them today, but certainly next Friday, we will do What He Really Wants, Fiery Friday edition. I was trying to do the week-long thing. That's not going to work for my schedule right now. But I know I can commit to it on Friday. And so that's what I'm excited about. And I just wanted to announce that to you all. So listen, stay tuned to my page, because we're going to have those conversations. We're going to have a conversation on live, and then we're going to have an after discussion. You know, we have after parties in the boom boom room, the Zoom room, and those are great conversations where, you know, sometimes people don't feel comfortable asking certain questions, but you'll be able to submit your questions to me. So ladies, if you have questions that you want the men to answer, then certainly send those to me, inbox me. Let me know that you have questions that you want men to answer, and I'm going to do my level best to put, you know, some strong men in front of you, men that ain't here to give you some fluff and stuff and, you know, all that kind of crazy madness. I don't know. We'll see if we bring someone from the first What He Really Wants. I'm not sure. I got to check in with the fellas. You know, I need to check in with my young brother, see if he found his bride yet and all of that. So, you know, we'll see. But it should be a very interesting conversation. And so I'm super excited, looking forward to it. So I just wanted to share that with you all as well. So, ladies, in your process, in your preparing for this relationship, listen, I have a place where you can come and work on you behind the scenes if you need some help. You know, if you know you need to be walking in your purpose and you're really not, if you know that there's some inner healing that you need to do and you really don't know how to tap into that, then I have a place for you to be able to come and share and work that stuff out. You know, it has really been a valuable experience. You know, I kind of did a soft launch. I think it was September. So we've been meeting since September, have a great group of ladies. They're super excited to be a part of that space and the things that we're learning and how they're growing and maturing. I just really, really appreciate it. So if that's you, you're looking for more, let me know, inbox me. Let me know that you're interested in something like that. And we're building a positive environment. I think, you know, where you are in your life and where you're trying to go, you need to be in a circle of people that don't let you sit stifled, a circle of people that don't let you get away with not doing and being who you were created to be. And so, you know, of course, it's a safe space because I require that it be a safe space where you can, you know, be vulnerable and not worry about it being back on the social media streets. We not doing that. Um, but I'm just super excited. The ladies are having a great time. We have some fun things that we have scheduled. We're gonna do, and especially when we can get back to like real face-to-face stuff. We're going to have monthly meetups and all of that. But for now, we're going to do monthly gatherings. We're going to do that on in Zoom so that we can connect and have that open space, that open forum to be able to share, you know, in other ways that you aren't able to. You know, sometimes we find ourselves in situations where the people that are closest to us, they don't get it. They don't get us. They don't understand where we're trying to go. And, you know, they might not even speak positive about those things, but you need to get in a space where, again, you're going to be challenged to be everything that you've been created to be. Well, let me say this. If you come into my space, I'm going to challenge you to be everything that you're created to be. And I'm requiring that they do that too. So, you know, in a lot of ways, you know, my sister said I blaze some trails, but sometimes I do it kicking and screaming. But no, I appreciate and I know that there's some things that need to happen. And I know that I need to do some things in order to show the way. So, you know, that just is my story. But I'm excited and looking forward to what he really wants. 2.0, I don't know what we're going to call it, what he wants again. I don't know. But I'm super excited that we're going to have these conversations on Friday. And who knows how many Fridays, not just for Valentine's Day, not just for the love month. I think we probably could do ongoing conversations because it's not as if you can get it all in a setting or so. We really need to have ongoing conversations about what he really wants so that we can prepare. You have your own preparation, but I truly believe that in order for you to effectively navigate the relationship that you're supposed to, you really have to get the skills to be able to deal with the menfolk. They are special creatures. We love them. But you need some help, sis. We need help. We need each other. We need to be able to stand strong and see the salvation, okay, of the relationship. Now, we really, I think we need to, be, as the Bible say, iron sharpening iron. So I'm excited that we can share in that way. I kept saying, how can I do this? How can I get this done? And then it was like, do it on Fiery Friday. We've been talking about bringing Fiery Friday back. Boom. Boom. Shakalaka. So I'm excited. Looking forward to it. Hope that you are too. Listen, if you haven't shared this broadcast, go ahead and share the broadcast. Let somebody know that we are going to be starting back up on our Fiery Fridays. And yes, we're going to bring some incredible men to come on the program with me, the platform with me, and talk about what men really want. So I'm excited, looking forward to it. I hope that you are too. Listen, have an amazing rest of your day or night. And we are at the beginning of February. Listen, this month is short. It's gonna go by just like that. I know there's so much that I want to do, so much that I'm excited about. Don't miss a moment of what you are supposed to do for your life. Don't forsake. Don't say, I'll start tomorrow, I'll start Monday, I'll start next month. No, start now. Do it now. Get a good night's sleep. Get up in the morning and say, now is my time. Because now, if you are on this side of the ground, now is your time to become and do everything that you were created to be. So, all right, you guys, I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much, Nicolette, for being here. I appreciate you. And anybody else who is watching, listen, go ahead and comment so I can say hello. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for sharing. Thank you so much for your words of encouragement. You guys are amazing. And I love you, love you, love you dearly. So have a great night. I will see you soon.